thank you very much for letting me introduce the SAF Interactive Handbook. My name is John Fredrik Gronvall. I'm working at Chalmers Industry Technique in Chalmers in Sweden. I was also work package leader for the SAF, the Safety Assurance Framework, where one of the outcomes is this handbook. We are now at the SUNRISE public homepage here, where you can find more about the project. And under Tools, you can go down to SUNRISE Handbook. We've come into the Interactive Handbook. This is a way for us to present and also to visualize and to make it easier for you to use the Safety Assurance Framework. On this picture here, you see the high-level overview where the actual Safety Performance Assurance system, the SAF, is in the center here. As an input to the Safety Performance Assurance, we have inputs from the users, like, for example, which ODD and which type of behavior we're using, which test objectives. We also used in-service monitoring and reporting systems to produce input to the SAF. For the users, the stakeholders of using the SAF, of course, there are audits where we can have safety management approaches and also use the system in a development process, or audits for certification systems. But let's deep dive a bit into the safety performance assurance. And all these elements that I will start showing you are clickable. So if I deep dive into and open this central part, the Safety Assurance Framework, this is how the SAF would be split up into three different blocks: the scenario block, the environment block, and the safety argument block, where all three blocks here also have a few sub-blocks. And I will guide you very shortly on a high level into these ones. If you use it by yourself, you see all, even the sub-blocks are clickable. So let's go first to the scenario block. You can also navigate on the left side here. So the same, if I click on the graphic section here, or if I click on the verbal section on the menu bar, it is the same. So if I deep dive into the scenario, this is where we define in the SAF, define about the scenario that we intend to use with the create, format, and storage. And if we go down to environment, we will then move into the central block, the environmental block, where we do the query and concretize how to use which type of scenarios that were created should be used. We can allocate and also at the end execute the different tests that we want to perform. At the end, or not the end, but at the last block here, the safety argument block, we use the results from the type of environment and the chosen ODD, etc. And we need to decide if we have a correct coverage, and also the executed test, how this was done. So we do a test evaluation, where we at the end also then, once we have done this test evaluation, we can see how the safety case that we defined fulfilled, to be able within this SAF block to make a decision if we are good enough. In some cases, the last block, the safety argument, does not reflect actually what we intended. So there is a possibility to have a feedback loop and redo the selection of the ODD or argument or the data framework that we're using, and redo this last loop here until we have a correct label, either in a good certification, an audit, or if we in a development process want to modify and change a bit. So if you click on the data framework, you will have possibility to go into the data framework that is built up within SUNRISE. We are not producing data to be tested, but we have a possibility to reach and to use external databases. And this is quite unique for the SUNRISE that we can do this, and so that the users of the SAF have a possibility to use different type of scenario databases. If we go down a bit here, we have as examples under use cases, we will have here few different use cases that actually should make it possible to demonstrate how the SAF can be used. For example, if we go into corporate perception testing, which is one of the use cases, you can see both videos, how this has been tested, and also which blocks in the SAF were covered. So in this specific use case, we covered the environment and the safety argument block here and tested the methodology. Another thing that we did in this project was that we added examples of how different partners and stakeholders use the SAF. And under SAF solutions, we give examples of the different sub-blocks, how they are being used. For example, if I go into query and concretize, you can see that 5 different partners have their examples of how it's been used. 6S, AVL Cameo, AVL Seniors, Scenario Center, and TNO Streetwise. So these are examples of how the SAF can be used in different sub-blocks here. Another feature that I want to introduce to you as a user would be the submit feedback push button, where if you see any irregularities or strange things on the interactive homepage, you're also free to submit feedback to us. The last item that I would like to show here would be the infobot that we have introduced in the SUNRISE Interactive Handbook version 3, where you can type in different questions. For example, where can I find information about the SUNRISE data framework? And you can post it, and the chatbot will search from all our deliverables, not only work package 2, the safety assurance framework, but all other deliverables also, and extract an answer. Now now, as you see, the answer comes here. So it gives you both introduction of where to find how we use the data framework, and also references to different deliverables where to find more information. So this is in essence a little bit about our safety assurance framework handbook, the interactive handbook that is available for all of you.